Hi there, welcome to the Money Daily TV, where today we're going to talk about 10 business ideas that introverts can pursue for them to be able to make money. In this video, guys, I want to talk about 10 business ideas which introverts can pursue. And the starting point is for us to understand that out here, any person can do business. Whether you are an extrovert or introvert, you can do business because there is sufficient cake for everybody. Guys, these ideas I'm going to talk about are the kind of ideas which are actually profitable and require less of social interaction skills, and yet the person who does them is still going to be able to make money. And with that, the first business idea which introverts could look to jump into is the idea of blogging. What is blogging? Guys, blogging is essentially you having your own website, okay? And you're going to be sharing information, data, analysis, whatever it is, through your own website with the public, for the public out there to understand and appreciate. Guys, blogging is one of the profitable business ideas you can jump into, more so in the long run, because the more content you put out there, the more also the market is going to appreciate you. And of course, when it comes to blogging, we're talking about there being different engines which a person could look to pursue or to utilize for them to actually power their blogs. For example, a person could use WordPress to power their blogs, okay? For example, a person could use Blogger to power their blogs. But I've seen out here, WordPress is the most popular blogging engine out there, which of course it is utilized mostly because it is as easy to go. It is as easy as plugging in and going, and also it comes with very many plugins which can assist you take off easily. And even so, a good chunk of professional websites out there use WordPress for them to power their websites, okay? And then the other idea which introverts can look to pursue is the idea of web and application developing. What do I mean? We all have seen the internet boom where there is very high demand for skills and presence on the internet for businesses, for companies, you name it. And even so, others have taken it a notch higher by ensuring they also have applications to assist them with their business and so forth. Out here, introverts can also make money through web design, application development, and so forth. And also, guys, with this, it calls for those introverts to have relevant skills for them to be able to develop websites, to be able to develop applications. And if your skills are outstanding, be rest assured, nobody's gonna care whether you're an introvert or extrovert. If your skills are outstanding, be sure you're gonna be sought after because the market is gonna know you are good at web developing or even so application developing, okay? And then the third business idea which introverts could look to jump into is the idea of them having their own graphics design agency. What do I mean? Also, guys, with the power of the internet and demand for content online, the graphic design sector has been appreciated more and more in recent times because out here, creators are looking for graphics. Out here, people who are churning out content, people who are editing videos, editing any motion things out there, editing websites are looking for graphics. And also, we're talking now about you taking a notch higher by you starting a graphics design agency, as opposed to you just starting a simple thing as you doing, for example, pro bono graphics design. You can start a fully fledged agency which is looking into this. And of course, you need to have the right tools. We are talking about graphics software, okay? You having the know-how around graphics design for you to be able to make money through graphics design. Think about, for example, Photoshop, InDesign, you name it. All this software come in handy. And beyond that, you also being able to piece together a team that can be able to execute on graphic design works, and ultimately you can be able to get paid. Graphics design is one of the skills which is there at the moment and is going to be there into the future. So look to capitalize on these for you to be able to also make money as an introvert. Okay? And then the fourth business idea through which introverts can also be able to make money is the idea of them selling products online. What do I mean? The internet has enabled people out there to be able to sell products online, whether they are selling their own unique products or even so reselling other people's products out there for them to be able to share a part of the selling price or even get a commission. Selling products online is one of the best things which introverts can do. And this is so because it doesn't require for you to convince anybody out there physically. As long as you know about search engine optimization and you know about tapping into any given audience out there, you can be able to sell products online and then make money. And by the way, with the advent of the internet, we are talking about there being tons of online sites or online platforms through which a person could look to jump into for them to sell their unique products. Okay? Talk about, for example, Etsy stores. Talk about, for example, Amazon stores. We are talking about tons and tons of stores out there, Shopify, you name it, through which an introvert or any person for that matter can be able to sell their products online. Okay? And then the fifth idea which introverts could look to pursue and be able to make money online is them rendering translation services. Look here, guys. You could be an introvert and yet you have specialized skills around translation. Let me give you an example. For example, it could be from one language to another, maybe from English to French, maybe from Spanish to English, you name it. Or even so, you could be able even to translate whichever vernacular languages out there in the world in a way that is understandable, in a way that's accurate, and even so within a space which is in high demand. Why not pursue this line too? And then you're going to be able to make money through translation services. And with this, we're talking about there being different sites out there which can actually assist you take off easily. For example, we're talking about Stepes out there, okay? We're talking about, for example, Gingo. We're talking about, for example, Upwork. All these are sites which can assist you be able to start into this line and then be able to make money, okay? And in relation to that also in the space of you utilizing online platforms. Guys, also introverts out there as idea number 6 could look to jump into the idea of them doing data analysis. Data is the oil engine of this century. And guys, if a person can be able to do data analysis, they're going to just be okay. That's why introverts out there could look to jump into the space of data analysis and then they can be able to make money online. And I'm saying so because data analysis is also one of the areas through which introverts can possibly make money and in fact make good chunk of money. Guys, all this requires is for a person to be able to utilize different data analysis solutions out there, okay? For example, things like Excel. For example, Microsoft Office, okay? For example, Python. For example, Tableau. And all these can really go a long way in assisting an individual be able to also make money through the power of data analysis. That is the 6th idea which introverts could look to pursue. Okay? And then the 7th business idea which introverts out there could look to pursue and be able to make money is the idea of them selling stock photos. What are stock photos? Stock photos are those small photo clips out there, or even so videography clips which people could be able to take at their own leisure and then sell through dedicated online platforms out there. And by the way, we're talking about there being different online platforms out there through which a person can be able to sell their unique, their dedicated stock images or photos or even so videos. For example, Pixel. For example, iStock. For example, Shutterstock and so forth. Introverts could look to have the hobby of taking stock images out there, stock videos, and then selling them through stock photo sites out there. And by the way, through this also, we have seen people being able to make even tens of thousands each and every year. We're talking about introverts also possibly making money through this. And then the ninth idea through which introverts can be able to make money is the idea of them doing music business online. I'm talking about things like, for example, songwriting, okay? Things like, for example, them selling their own unique vocal samples. Things like, for example, them rendering voiceover services. This is also an area where introverts could look to jump into and be able to make money online, okay? And then the ninth area where introverts could be able to make money online is the area of them selling their unique artworks. What do I mean? Just the same way as graphics, also the demand for awesome artworks out here is on a rise. And with this, also it tells you that actually people who are talented with regards to them being able to have their own unique artworks can also be able to make money, right? And look here, guys, we're talking about there being a ton of different platforms through which people can also be able to sell their own unique artworks. Think about, for example, Etsy stores, for example, Amazon Handmade and so forth. These are some of the sites out there through which introverts can also be able to sell their own unique artworks and in the process get paid. And then, guys, the 10th idea which introverts could look to pursue and then also be able to make money is the idea of them doing cryptocurrency or even stock trading. What do I mean? Guys, cryptocurrency trading is something which is actually on high demand too. You know, we're talking about the kind of area where also introverts can be able to take part in and be able to make insane amount of money or even so make little amount of money depending on a person's skills, depending on a person's hard work, depending on a person's aptitude. Cryptocurrency trading, stock trading, you name it, is also an area where an introvert could jump into and be able to make money. And by the way, this area is very wide because they could, for example, look to jump into an area of maybe developing and selling trading boards, okay? Maybe them being active in day trading, okay? Maybe they being active in a space of sharing knowledge. The cake in this area is just so huge that everybody out there can partake in depending on what their value proposition is. And then, guys, I have two bonus ideas also which I want to share with you, which are going to take these basic ideas to 12 ideas. And the 11th idea which I want to share with you, which is a bonus idea, is the idea of introverts also possibly managing social media pages out there. We've all seen there being exponential growth of social media platforms out there. And this tells you that introverts can also support with managing social media platforms out there. And if they're very good at their work, be sure they can even be managing tens of social media pages for people out there on a daily basis. It calls for they to have dedicated knowledge, passion, and time to be able to manage social media pages out there, and then in the process they can command a pay rate from the market. This is also an idea which introverts could look to jump into and be able to make money, okay? And then the last idea I want to discuss is the idea of little entry online jobs. Guys, we are talking about there being tons of kind of like online jobs out there through which we're talking about introverts possibly making money through too. Like for example, we're talking about there being different platforms out there. Like for example, Upwork. Like for example, Fiverr. Like for example, Freelancer and so forth. Through which introverts out there can also be able to make money. And data entry is a mundane kind of job, but be sure still organizations out there are pursuing this kind of areas for them to be able to churn out any insights. And we're talking about there being hundreds of thousands of data entry jobs each and every day. It depends with how you're gonna jump in the space and also which platform are you gonna use. For example, are you gonna use Upwork? For example, are you gonna use, for example, Freelancer and so forth for you to be able to get into this space? But be sure this is an area which has good pay to and regular jobs through which introverts can also look to jump into and they being able to make money. Guys, what do you think about these awesome ideas? Do you think there are ideas which introverts could look to jump into for them to be able to make money? If yes, which of these ideas do you think is most profitable? Share with us in the comment section down below. Let's continue discussing. Cheers, guys, and you all stay safe. Bye bye.